So we all know that Lokesh Kanagaraj is a very big Kamal fan. He's paid homage, made references, and also put Easter eggs in his movies till this date that are related to Kamal's past films. Now here is a comprehensive list of what I was able to find from Lokesh Kanagaraj's filmography that are direct references, homages, and also Easter eggs from Kamal's past films that he's done in his career. So right off the bat, one of the main characters in Mahanagaram, Lokesh Kanagaraj's debut feature, has characteristics and a storyline that's very similar to Kamal's character from the film Satya. And obviously, even visually, Sundeep's character is very resembling of Kamal's character in Satya. In the original Vikram film from the 80s, the antagonist character was played by Satyaraj, and in that film, he wears sunglasses with one lens out, and that was one of his characteristics. Now, in the recent Vikram, Vijay Sethupathiy's character doesn't wear sunglasses with like one lens out, but in one sequence, when he gets up from the ground and fights at the wedding function, he takes out one lens, and it's a very cool and very smart Easter egg that pays homage to the original film and the original antagonist. This is one of my favorite Lokesh Kanagaraj references because it's very smartly done and it's very hard to catch on from first glance, but when you rewatch these scenes, you will understand how this is a very, very smartly done reference. Now, in the movie Aravandan, the main character, that is the psychopath, he flips a coin to decide his fate, and the coin lands on heads, and he looks at it and in a maniacal way laughs at his fate. Now, in the movie Vikram, Rolex's character chops off the head of the guy that says like we should do something else other than the plan that Rolex has in mind, and while he gets up and is laughing in another maniacal way, he points at the head that's on the ground. So instead of a coin showing heads, it's an actual head on the ground that the person's laughing at, and it's the same point and everything too. Very smart reference. Many directors such as Gautam Vasudev Menon have referenced this in their films, but Lokesh Kanagaraj has used that Kapu reference from the movie Satya in pretty much every single movie, and it was most prominent in the film Master, where Vijay's character uses it as a weapon. I really liked how he used that reference from Satya as a main plot point in the movie Master, and obviously in the climax, it becomes a very significant weapon in order for the hero to triumph against the villain. Pretty much the character design of Dilli in Kaidi is a what-if situation with the of Vidamandi after he is in jail. So pretty much in Vidamandi, we see him in jail, but I would think that Lokesh Kanagaraj used this as a reference to create the character design and show his character as to what could have happened if that character was like released from jail. And yeah, I think this is one of my favorite references that he's done as well. A very direct reference, but obviously the character Satya, played by Trisha in the movie Leo, is a direct reference to the movie Satya as well, which is, the name of the character in that movie. In the movie Mahanadi Shankar played a jail warden who was very sadistic, very mean, very horrible, whereas in Master, he played another jail warden, and this time he was kind of the opposite of that character. He was a very nice and caring person, and he wanted the best for the kids in the juvie hall that he was working at, and obviously works with Vijay's character to help this come to fruition. And in the movie Master, the way that Vijay's character dresses in the first half of the film is a very direct homage and reference to the character that Kamal plays in the movie Namavar. And in the film, it's actually referenced and kind of implied that it's kind of a direct sequel to Namavar, because Nasir's character tells Malaviga Mohanan's character during one of the sequences in the film that Vijay's character becomes an alcoholic because he becomes depressed that his former teacher that he was very, very fond of dies from cancer. So pretty much Kamal's character is having cancer in that movie. He leaves the school at the end of the Namavar to go for cancer treatment. So it's pretty much implied that, Master is a direct sequel to Namavar. And a very cool reference as well in terms of character design and everything. And obviously, Vikram is a sequel to the original film from the 80s, and even the promotional material makes direct references to the original promotional material from the 80s as well. The death scenes of Kamal's character in the movie Kurudi Punal and also Arjun's character in Leo are kind of similar in terms of their characters begging for death and like pretty much telling the other character to kill them off. Ironically, Arjun actually played a character in Kurudi Punal, so it's kind of a nice reference and also interesting way to direct a reference from that film with a person from that movie as well. In the movie Vikram, there's a drunken gym fight that happens where, they're telling a backstory towards Kamal's character. Obviously, he's pretending to be drunk because he wasn't really drunk at the time. But the gym fight scene is actually a direct reference to the movie Singaravelan, which starred Kamal and Kushbu and was a really funny comedy from the 90s. And that one, that fight scene is more comedic, whereas the Vikram fight scene is more of like showing the drunkenness of Kamal's character in the flashback scenes. This is another line that's been referenced so much by movies till this date, but Ninga Nalavera Kettavera was pretty much referenced in the movie Vikram, where his son's wife is hidden in that like chamber, and she asks Kamal's character, Ninga Nalavera Kettavera, same way how Kamal's grandson asks in the movie Nayagan. The conversation that Kamal's character has with Mohanlal in the movie Unnai Polurvan is kind of similar to the conversation that Naren's character has with Fahad Fazal in the movie Vikram. Both of them are talking about the justification of their actions and whether or not they should take vengeance and kind of like a revolutionary way in terms of cleaning the society of whatever they feel is wrong about society. Obviously, Kamal's character references Naren's lines as well later on in the movie, but I find like these two sequences very similar to each other, and probably Lokesh Kanagaraj referenced that scene from Unnai Polurvan for the movie Vikram. And last but not least, Chupramani, who is the very famous hyena in Leo, is a direct reference to the dog from the movie Mundrampire, which is also named Chupramani, and probably the most adorable dog in Tamil cinema history. I love that dog. I always wanted that dog ever since I watched it as a kid. But yeah, that is kind of a comprehensive list of the references that I was able to figure out from Lokesh Kanagaraj's filmography till this point. And yeah, also happy birthday, Kamal. The legendary actor that he is. Obviously, he's influenced many people, including probably the biggest director in Tamil cinema right now, Lokesh Kanagaraj.